Hey everybody, it's Kaizark here, and I've got another game that I'm checking out. It's called Trials Evolution Gold Edition. This game is originally for Xbox Live Arcade, but it's been ported over to the PC, and you can buy it on Steam for $19.99, and it's actually a pre-purchase right now. You get into the beta, so you can play the game, pretty much the game's finished. You just keep all your saves and you get early access. It's pretty cool. So, I actually do have an Xbox controller, as I highly recommend you have if you're going to be playing Trials, because having the ability to do the gas with pressure makes all the difference. I've already completed everything, so I'm just gonna jump into a random course here, not too difficult of one, just to show you what the game is about. Let's do that one. Alright, so you get your various bikes. You start out with the Rattler and you move up all the way to the Donkey. We don't talk about the Donkey though. No. Phoenix, this is the last real bike that you get, and it's probably the best just to use with anything. So Trials is your typical tilty dirt bike game in the sense that you just you use the side-to-side buttons to roll around, and your trigger is go, and you just try not to fall over. Oh, style points. Nope, failed. The tracks do get a lot harder than this one. This is one of the beginner tracks, just so that I can show you without too many wipeouts. And the varying degrees of difficulty in this game are actually really, really interesting. That's an example of one of the starting things. You can get bronze, silver, gold, and platinum medals on it. I haven't gone back and finished everything over again, but I have gold on most of them. And now I will just bash my head against one of the extreme tracks so that you guys can see actually what these are all about. You absolutely need the Phoenix for these tracks, because if you don't have it, you're not going to finish it. Alright, let's see how much of a fool I can make of myself. Oh. You can see how the difficulty just exponentially leaped. As I just try to get over this. This is the first obstacle, and I'm already bashing my face against a wall. Oh yeah! Couldn't really see what was happening there. This game actually does have a little bit of skill. You can see me hopping around, and that's trying to do bunny hops so that I can clear this initial gap, which is harder than it looks. Come on. Maybe I should have done a hard track. I'm not that great at the game. I've only had it for maybe a week now. I think a week. And I've managed to get through all of the tracks that are put out by the developers, but there's something really interesting about Trials that I'm going to show you guys now, and that is actually the user-generated content. You just go here to Track Central, and you can get tracks, and it'll actually load up a list of all kinds of tracks that your fellow Trials players have made in the in-game editor. And give it a second here. You can search by type, difficulty, tag, creator's name, and these are all the courses that have been updated loaded up so far. There's quite a few of them. And now I will go to the tracks that I've downloaded, and I'll just give you guys a taste of one of those. Let's see. Guess I'll do the donkey sprint and show off the donkey, which you can get by doing an in-game achievement, which is actually a pretty fun way to unlock it. It's just kind of like a little bonus bike that no one really uses except for use it on player-made tracks. Using it in the actual game isn't really recommended. Some people do it just to say, "Hey, I donkeyed this." There's actually a guy on YouTube, aka Mike B, who I watch as well, and he does these Will It Donkey videos every week, and he sees if he can take a different user-generated track and donkey it when it's either supposed to be donkeyed or not supposed to be donkeyed. So it's just kind of like a fun little extracurricular, if you will, for Trials. It's really hard to do this when you're not focusing on the track. Up and over. There we go. Sometimes your guy makes random outbursts. Usually on long falls he'll do it. Oh, forgot about those. So this right here was all... It is all a track made by a fellow player. I forget his name. But... yeah. Somebody... You can make tracks and then actually become a little bit famous in game if you're good at making tracks, and people want to download more of your stuff. And the Trials editor is just absurd. There's so many different things that you can do with it. Like skill games are an entirely different thing that I'll give you an example of a skill game right now. Just the crazy things that people come up with for this game. I'm actually going to show you some of the developer-created skill games, though, because they're a little bit more solid, and there's not exactly a lot of skill games out there on the market just yet, since the game is technically still in beta for PC. So let's see, skill games. What would be a good one? Oh, I know. Here's one. This really kind of will give you guys an idea of what you can actually do with the editor. In this, you don't even use your bike for this. You bail out and then grab onto trapeze and try to fly your way across gaps. Got it. And this is just one of the many, many different kinds of things you can do with the Trials editor. Let's see, what else? What else can we get? Oh, there's some achievements. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. I've unlocked a couple of achievements, not too many though. Oh, one thing that I should probably point out is that the difference between the Gold Edition and the Xbox Live version is that Trials HD, which is the predecessor game to Trials Evolution, is actually in the game. So here you have an entire second set of developer-made tracks to bash your face against, which I've completed all of them already, but they were not easy. And actually, even more skill games and tournaments are just groups of tracks that you can do in a row and try to not crash. The game also has a really in-depth character customizer. you can buy all these different helmets and stuff for your character just so that you look a little bit different from other people's, because you can actually watch replays of anyone's track runs on the marketplace, so you can see how other people did a track, what times they got, and how they did it. And let me tell you, when you see someone zero fault an extreme track, it's pretty disappointing when I go in there and bash my face off the first obstacle. But yeah, so this is Trials Evolution Gold Edition for PC. It's available on Steam through Ubisoft's direct game purchasing thing called UPlay. And it's still in beta technically, but if you buy the game you get full access to it. And that's about it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.